going on, guys? Give you a little introduction to my new channel. My name is Drew, and I should have started this channel a long time ago, but I didn't, and I guess now's the time. But anyway, I'm gonna give you a little tour of everything and show you what my build has consisted of, what failed, and what I'm doing now. So alright, so we'll start off with the car. This is my 1995 Nissan 240SX. Piece of garbage. Let's see, I bought it 2 years ago. Yeah, bought it 2 years ago. It was maroon with a white front end. I'll try to put a picture on it right now. But anyway, came with a kooky front end. It's still maroon on the back side. But yeah, it was stock KA when I got it. I think I paid like $3,700 for it. Yeah, it didn't run very well. The guy had like SR injectors in it, and it was super rich. And ended up trailering it home with some friends, and got it home, changed out the injectors, and it drove a little better, but still not the best. But before I bought the car, I had an engine swap in mind, so it didn't really matter to me. I was going to get taken out anyway. But anywho, what I've done since I've gotten the car, I did Origin Type 3 fronts, 45 millimeter over fender, or not over fenders, but just fenders up front with the slots. I did Origin Type 3 rears, 55 millimeter over fenders. I did the 2F Performance Super Doof kit, at least on the skirts and on the front. I got CTSV front brakes with, I think, Evo 9 rotors, don't quite remember. But yeah, here's, oops, almost tripped on that. Anyway, of course, it's been sitting out here for a couple days now. Well, about a week now. It has been sitting in the garage for about a month or so, a month or two, so it is kind of squatting just a little bit. It is on air suspension. I'll show you that in a little bit. But yeah, anywho, I didn't really like the rear Super Doof bumper. I thought it looked kind of weird on the back, so I sold that, and I built my own diffuser out of plexiglass from good old Lowe's, Home Depot, with some little nuts and splitter rods and cables to look cool. And it's super dirty right now, but oh well. When I was taking the drive shaft out the other day, hit this and it cracked, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But other than that, it holds up pretty well. It gets super dirty though, especially the whole rear end. It kicks up all that dirt. Did the LED tails. That's really about it for exterior wise. Let me I think I got the key. Yeah, I got the key. Let me open it up and show you what's inside. Kind of dirty, but good old replica Bride Lomax seats, real race clip harnesses, eBay seat rails, mounts, brackets, whatever. When I bought the car, it had a cracked dash, and then whenever I was doing the swap, I had the dash out to do all the ECU wiring and routing and whatnot. And so when I took it out, I did a little Bondo work and got it to look okay. Then I threw some flock on it, and it's not the best flock job in the world, but it works. It boats my float. So energy quick release, energy this, a wish.com steering wheel. It says Momo, but it's not Momo. I got this cool little gauge cluster that I've never seen on a 240, but that did come with the car, so it's pretty cool. I did have to cut it up here because it was always a pain in the butt to get it out, and it did crack up there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little crack right there, so I just cut it to make this piece come out, and then this piece just pops out, so it makes things a lot easier. Yeah, that's about it for the interior. Don't know what I'm going to do with the rear seat yet. I do want to get one of those Street Faction rear seat deletes, but they got like a 6-week long lead time, and I think that's kind of stupid, but oh well. Triple pillar pod. Oh, it's been so long since I've driven a car. Volts, oil pressure, and water temperature, or oil pressure, water temperature, and volts. Yeah, that's what it is. Then boost gauge and a AFR gauge. It is on V2 management for the air suspension, so that's chilling there. Usually it's all nice and tucked in there, but I have that all out at the moment. Anywho, I will show you the trunk setup. Actually, before I close that, I'll pop the hood so you could kind of see, even though there's nothing in there. I did the hood, not the trunk. I'm stupid. All right. Oh, there's my wrench. Hey. Anywho, this is the trunk setup. I'm not spraying. I'm not on nitrous, on that go fast juice, whatever you want to call it, giggle gas, whatever. I'm not on that stuffs. But this is my air tanks for the air suspension setup. So really easy, simple, straightforward setup. Compressors go into this here, and then it goes to water traps, symmetrical on both sides, which go down to the manifold, and then manifold distributes throughout the car. And if you ever need to drain it, it's easy. You just do that little doohickey. Batteries there. I need to figure out something to do with that, but anyway, that's that. But yeah, it's one of the cleaner 240s that I found whenever I was looking for one. Hold on, let me put this up. Anywho, yeah, just like any other 240 at the moment. No motor, just chilling. Which the reason why it is like this is what we will get into right now. The 5.3 liter LM7 that I bought, I paid $400 for this, and I took out the KA and then sold that for $500. So I got 4 more cylinders and an extra $100. But anyway, I bought this off of a 2003 Tahoe, and ran great for a year-ish. Yeah, about a year, honestly. And one day I was driving home and the oil light came on in the dash, and I was thinking, I was like, honestly, like, I don't really trust the oil light because it's older than I am, and I have an oil pressure gauge, and the oil pressure gauge said that I was running, 60 psi cruising down the freeway at like 60 or 70. So I was like, I'm good. I did check the oil and it wasn't low or anything like that. So I just sent it. I went home and I was gonna figure it out the next day whenever I woke up. Well, I never did make it home. Car started making noises, started burning oil, got really bad, and the light that I was coming up to turn left, it was red, and I felt a really significant loss in power. So put the clutch in, dropped it into second, and yeah, it died. So instead of using the starter to start it, I was already going like 40, so I brought the clutch back out and it just locked up the rear end, and I was pretty sure it was seized, but it wasn't. So I did get it flat towed home down the street, and yeah, when I pulled it into the driveway, I actually did I used my brother's 4Runner that usually chills out right there, but we used that thing to push it up and I cracked this, but oh well, I could fix that. It's not a big deal. But anywho, about a month later or so, just pulled it out of the garage, set it out here to get some space in the garage, and this is the old 5.3, like I was saying. I ended up losing oil pressure, which I'll show you in a second over there, the reason why. Well, at least the reason I think why. But this is what a good crank journal thing bearing, I mean, it's not a bearing, but I guess journal, yeah, crank journal should look like. It does have a little bit of wear, but that's not a big deal. Here's the other one. That one's wearing a little bit. Don't know if you can see that, but that one's pretty normal too. This one, on the other hand, is toasted. It has, like, I don't know if you could hear that, but it is, it's dicked. It's done skis. And then, also, I'll get this out of the way. I don't know how well you can see this, but you see that right there? Let me get a little pic. I'll show you. This right here is main bearing material that's starting to come out, which is not good at all. So technically spun, oh wow, look, check that out. Ooh, yep, main bearing material right there. So spun a main bearing, spun 2 rod bearings, maybe 3 down here, because that one looks kind of iffy. I haven't even seen this main, but there's another piece of metal right there, so could be this main too. So I'm guessing 2 mains and at least 3 rod bearings. I know the rod bearings because when I did pull the oil pan out, I don't know if you can see all that, but that's all carnage, baby. That is not good. I mean, check this out. If that's in your oil, you're toast. You're done, bud. Get the fuck out of here. You're done skis. So, for those of y'all who are coming in to watch this video and don't really know a lot about cars, this is what a good bearing looks like. It goes in between here, like that. Bearing's still in there, but it goes in there, and if you have good oil pressure, which you should, oil goes in between here and those little journals on the crank, and they should never touch. I mean, they will touch, but it literally just rides on oil. But this is what a good bearing, or normal bearing, would look like. This is what one of the other bearings look like, and this is what's left of a bearing, along with, if I can grab these, all of these. So yeah, toast. So anywho, that is that. It's a really simple setup. 5.3 junkyard motor, wasn't even touched. Simple gaskets, nothing crazy. MLS gaskets, whatnot. Had an LS7 clutch with an LS7 flywheel, no, LS9 flywheel and an LS7 clutch, or they're both LS7, don't really remember. F-body drive shaft with a different U-joint and flange down there on that end, which is easy. So those of you who have S14s and you're watching this video and you want an LS swap, a F-body drive shaft fits perfectly. All you got to do is just change out the U-joint and the flange. If you need the part number, feel free to PM me and I'll send it to you. Good old F-body T56. Previous owner told me that previous owner he bought it from said it was built, but I don't believe that, and I'm going to treat it as it's stock. But it's held up for the longest time, and that I don't think is going to be a big issue as of now. Anyway, that's that. LS7 lifters that were in the 5.3. I had a eBay GT45 69mm out of China, and it ran great until one day I was coming home and I nailed it and it didn't go anywhere, and didn't even make any cool turbo noises. So anyway, I ended up buying this. It's a BorgWarner S475, bolted right up. It's the T4 housing, so nothing crazy. This is a little bit more expensive than the T6 housing, but it gets the job done, and it's a whole lot bigger than the GT45, at least size-wise. Like, the housing is incredibly large. Let's see what else. I got a BTR Stage 2 turbo cam, hardened push rods. These are the heads that it came off the 5.3. 660 lift springs, titanium retainers, clips, all that jazz, keepers, everything. ARP rod bolt, or head bolts. I don't use studs. They're incredibly expensive, and these get the job done. LS6 intake manifold. I just changed these gaskets. They needed to be changed out anyway. Deck of 80-pound ejectors. Basically, just you search up junkyard boosted LS build, and whatever you see is what I pretty much have. It's nothing crazy at all. I have a Walbro 450 in the tank. eBay fuel pressure regulator up there on the firewall. eBay intercooler. eBay gates, waste gates. eBay blow-off valve. It was supposed to be hella budget, and pretty much was. I got the whole car running and driving with the 5.3 in it for $7,300 with fluids, which honestly isn't too bad, if I do say so myself. But that's everything: injectors, turbo, all the jazz. Even HP tuners to tune it. So, but now I'm gonna get into what I'm doing right now. This is a LQ4, which is a 6-liter iron block. It is a Gen 3, just like that one is. However, I'm doing things a little bit on the different side. These are the stock rods out of the LQ4, which LQ4 rods are dish top. And what I'm basically doing is I'm going to turn this from an LQ4 into an LQ9, which the only difference is the pistons. I have dish top pistons here. Oh, excuse me. And I also have flat top pistons here. You just can't see them because they're at the machine shop right now. Along with the crank for this motor, they're getting rebalanced, because on the flat top pistons that I have here, it also comes with the Gen 4 rods, which is, I don't know how well you can see that, but these are significantly beefier than these, and these will hold like, 700 reliably, 800 pushing it. These will hold like 800-900 reliably, 1000, 1100 pushing it. So the bottom end will not be a problem in this motor. I did a little quick hone, a little surfacing job. Painted the block last night. Looks pretty dank. And yeah, that's really about it. Hopefully by the end of this week I should have this thing back in there. I am getting it balanced right now, and I've also bought a McLeod, whatever. Bought a McLeod clutch, original street twin disc clutch, which will hold 1200 horsepower flywheel. So I'll never have to have another clutch again. But yeah, there's the drag slicks I got for $2K, and I never was able to use them. Sorry if the camera's all over the place. I'm not really used to using the GoPro just free-handed. Say what's up.
What are you doing?
I'm making a YouTube channel. Hit that whoa. Hit that whoa. Here, I'll throw it up for you. Ready? Ooh, hit that. Ooh, yeah. I'm totally gonna put that in there. Anyway, no, it's kind of a long video, but it's kind of a little introduction to, who I am, if you will, and what my car is, what I'm gonna be doing. Anywho, this is my channel. Any modifications I do to the car, I'm gonna try to record it. Keyword try. And hopefully maybe I can get some footage and video and everything of me putting the block together so y'all can see it and check it out. And yeah, so that'll do it. Like I said, my name is Drew, and this is my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.